So students, we have studied about cotton textile industry, and we have studied about its challenges also. And now we are going to start for uh, our jute textiles. Okay. So I am going to read from NCERT book here. India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods and stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. So we are also largest producer, but at second place of raw jute. At first place, it is Bangladesh. Uh, you all may be knowing about East Pakistan. Actually, this Bangladesh was East Pakistan in India when this was this part of India was included in India only. Then at that time we were producing a lot of jute, and we were the largest producer at that time of raw jute. But from the time this division took place in India, where East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh, was separated from India, and from that time onwards, about 3/4 of our land area, which was uh, better for growing jute, was separated from India. So we had only 25% of the uh, that land area suitable for growing jute. Uh, so therefore, Bangladesh is the first producer today at first place. After this, if you will see here, most of the mills are located in West Bengal. So most of our jute mills are located in West Bengal. Okay, so there is a reason behind it. At the banks of Hooghly River. The reason is that number one reason is because uh, this West Bengal is the uh, place where this jute is produced there only, and the mills are set up here only so that uh, the jute transportation cost can be reduced directly. As I told you before also, location of any industry is uh, mainly based on proximity of the raw material nearby. Wherever the raw material is nearby produced, there only the industries should be set up. So here also more number of jute mills are there because uh, it is a jute producing area. With this, as Hooghly River is also there, so uh, the transportation of water is also not very expensive. It is inexpensive. Then there is also facility of roadways, railways, and even the port facilities where the uh, raw jute or maybe jute goods can be exported to other countries of the world through this port facility, where this Kolkata port is there. And abundant water for because jute needs abundant water for its processing. Okay, because the stem of jute is uh, having that fiber inside it. So when the crop is cut down, then it is first of all soaked in water. Okay, till the time it becomes yellowish in color. Then it is dried up, and then drying after drying it up, this fiber is extracted from this stem of jute plant. So in this way, a lot of water is required in processing of this raw jute. This another reason why more number of jute mills are concentrated in this West Bengal, because cheap labor is available here. Because in West Bengal only the labor is cheap there, with Bihar, Uttar Pradesh. From here also the labor is supplied to these jute mills, which is cheaper, and from Odisha also. Apart from this, Kolkata is a large urban center, because this Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal, it is the large urban center, and all the type of facilities can be provided with by this urban center to jute mills, which they require, which the jute mills require, like that of banking facilities, insurance facilities, port facilities, all these. Okay, as I told you, Kolkata port is there, from where the raw jute or jute goods can be exported to other countries. So all these type of facilities are available. because this Kolkata is the urban center here. So all these are the factors responsible for concentration of jute mills in West Bengal. Apart from this, if we talk about if we uh, talk about the first jute mill which was set up in India, it was near Kolkata in 1855 at Rishra, right? Apart from this, if you see here that as we have studied in the cotton textile industry, there were some challenges it has to face. Some of the challenges are also being faced by our jute textile. So first challenge, if you will see here, there is a stiff competition uh, from the synthetic fiber industry because it can be used as a substitute to jute. Mainly jute is used for packaging. Okay, so instead of that, more synthetic fiber uh, industry is getting this chance to be used for packaging. Okay, and it is cheaper, and this is giving a stiff competition to jute textile. Apart from this, Bangladesh, there are also some of the other competitors uh, of India, like that of Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, Thailand. Okay. However, the internal demand has been on the increase. Now, there was a time when jute is actually more expensive as compared to other synthetic fiber. Um, so there was a time when most of the jute farmers left their uh, field, okay, where they used to grow jute, because they were getting a very not good profit they were earning from the production of jute because it was not in more demand. So from the time government policy was there to make it mandatory for packaging of industrial goods in jute. Okay, so from that time onwards, this demand for jute has increased in India. The main markets where these jute products are being sold in the world are like USA, we are exporting, Canada also, Ghana, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom, and Australia. The growing global concern for environmental friendly biodegradable materials has once again opened the opportunity for jute products. So nowadays, because our environment is polluted a lot, therefore more eco-friendly goods are now being used by the people. So in this way, jute has got a very good chance that it is biodegradable, eco-friendly also, and that is why it is more in use now. So its demand is increasing. Now let's move on to sugar industry also. We will see here the sugar industry. India is at a second place, okay, in the world producer of sugar. The first place which we are having or we have achieved is to produce gur and khansari. This khansari is a dark brown color sugar which is at its primary form, and gur you all may be knowing. Okay, it is being more sold in India and it is also more produced. So we are at first place in producing gur and khansari. The raw material used in this industry is bulky, and in haulage, its sucrose content reduces. The mills are located in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh. So in the sugar industry, this raw material needed is uh, in a bulk, that is in a large quantity, and in the sugar mills, this sugar cane is transported from the agricultural land in a bulk, okay, in a large quantity, and its haulage, its sucrose in haulage, its sucrose content reduces. So as the transportation of this raw material, that is sugar cane, is in bulk, so therefore its sucrose content is also being reduced. This is what happens when the raw material is taken to the sugar mills in bulk. So the sucrose content is there more present in the sugar cane, which is needed to make sugar. Otherwise, this sucrose is naturally found in this in green plants, naturally found. Okay, glucose and fructose. It is the addition of glucose and fructose. But whenever we are going to extract this sugar, so we take sugar cane for it. So if you see the mills which are of sugar are located in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. But 60% of the sugar mills are in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Because the reason is because more sugarcane is produced in these two states. And this industry is seasonal in nature. So sugar mills are seasonal in nature. Whenever the sugarcane is produced in one season, at that time only it is in working condition, the sugar mill, otherwise not. So it is seasonal in nature. So in recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to shift and concentrate in the southern and western parts of India. So in the coming years, in the recent years, we are seeing this, that observing it, most of the sugar mills are shifting to south and west part of India, like in Maharashtra. More number of sugar mills are shifting. The reason behind this is because high sucrose content is found in the sugarcane produced in this state, that is Maharashtra. And because of this only, long crushing season is also there, because of cooler climate is there more in these southern and western parts of India, states in India. So therefore more number of sugar mills are shifting towards this western and southern part of India. So because of cool climate, crushing season is increased, and mostly the cooperatives are more successful in running these sugar mills, where this cooperative sector is that where the producer as well as the supplier of the raw material and workers, they together pool their resources and start their production. So whether the profit or loss, whatever is there, it is being shared by all. So in this sugar mills, more successful are cooperative sector. And what are the challenges which the sugar industry is facing? Number one is seasonal in nature, number one. And still in sugar mills, very old and inefficient methods of production. Inefficient methods of production means that the machines are not upgraded. Still old machines are used to produce the sugar, so the productivity is not increasing. And transport delay, there is a problem of transport delay of sugarcane reaching to the factories. This is the third problem, challenge faced by the sugar industry, and the need to maximize the use of bagasse. So next challenge is this, that the bagasse which is left out, that this is the pulpy residue which is left after the juice is extracted from the sugarcane. So this bagasse is used, that left out residue is used for various different purposes, like for energy. It can be used to produce energy, like heat energy can be produced by burning it. It can be used to produce electricity even. So most of the sugar mills in foreign countries also, what they are doing, they are using this bagasse to be burnt and then used for further electricity production used by the sugar mills by itself. Okay, so this bagasse is used for several different purposes, and this use of bagasse is not more in India. So this is the another challenge which is faced by our sugar industry.